Hey, what's going on there, guys? Cuddle Truth here with some more Battlefield 4 information for you all. And today in this video, I'm going to be talking about two main topics, as well as a couple other details that I will touch on later on in this video towards the end. The first of these topics is going to be the new suppression mechanic here in Battlefield 4, how it's changed up from Battlefield 3, and try to help you understand it a little bit more if you are still very confused about it. Now, what I'm going to say in this video is not going to be 100% accurate in terms of the suppression mechanic. It is June 12th, 2013. We have just had multiplayer gameplay shown to us. I am bound to misspeak. I'm probably going to say something wrong. If I do, I apologize. I just don't know much about this game yet. We've only had a very limited amount of multiplayer gameplay shown to us. The other subject I'm going to touch on is the medic class hull defibrillators and revive mechanic here in this game. That is something I talked about in a previous video, which in case you missed that, I'll put an annotation on the screen or link in the description. You can go check that out if it interests you. I talk mainly about the class changes from Battlefield 3 to Battlefield 4. So let's go ahead and talk about the suppression mechanic first. In Battlefield 3, the suppression mechanic is one of the most controversial mechanics implemented into the game. Trying to simulate the fact of a soldier being shot at and more, it tries to give the player indication that he needs to take cover. He's being shot at, and it does so by blurring your screen, increasing your weapon's recoil when trying to return fire under suppression, as well as increasing your weapon's spread. Two of these things I'm fine with, blurring the screen and your increased recoil. However, having bullet deviation is something that I'm not a huge fan of. But as you can see right here, in Battlefield 4, the suppression looks to be changed up just slightly. In Battlefield 3, the blurriness on the screen when it comes to suppression was shown in the front of the screen, making it very difficult to see if you were suppressed by something such as a vehicle, a tank, helicopter, light machine guns, and sniper rifles, which had higher suppression effects than your assault rifles or carbines. And speaking of assault rifles and carbines, those weapons have had their suppression effect reduced here in Battlefield 4. No longer will they suppress to the degree that they did in BF3. That will now rest with the support class and the light machine guns. But how about the sniper rifles? That is something we're not clear on. It is kind of assumed that snipers will maintain a higher suppression effect than ARs and carbines, just due to the fact of being shot at by a sniper has got to be one of the most scariest things anyone can ever experience. Suppression effect is also dictated by the range of the engagements. At longer ranges, the suppression effect will be at a higher, I guess you could say, effect, for lack of a better word, than it will be in close quarters, making it seem like ARs and carbines will still have a higher suppression effect at those longer ranges than they will in close quarters. It has also been confirmed that close quarters engagement suppression seems to be basically gone. That is something that is very good to hear, as it was extremely frustrating trying to play an aggressive recon in Battlefield 3 with a bolt-action sniper rifle when your shot lined up on an enemy's chest flat out misses just due to the fact of your being under suppression. That's about it in terms of the suppression mechanic here in Battlefield 4. Like I mentioned earlier, there are still a lot unknown about this mechanic and how it will actually play out and what its effects are in BF4. One of the biggest things we do know is that it just blurs the side rather than the center of your screen like it did in BF3. And in terms of bullet deviation, that's a question that still remains unanswered, unless you're viewing this video at a later date and we know by that point. Now, the other thing I want to talk about was the revive mechanic and defibrillator tool. That was something that people were unsure of. Is it even going to be in Battlefield 4? What class will it be under, and how will it work? Well, based on some Alpha League screenshots that came out a few days prior to E3, it showed that in one of those clips under the awards section, that's one of the ribbons that is possible for a soldier to earn is the medical efficiency ribbon. For those of you that know what that is, a medical efficiency ribbon requires you to get 5 revives in 1 round. Now, if all of these alpha screenshots are correct and they are true and accurate, that means that reviving will be returning in Battlefield 4. And based off an article that I read by a viewer that was watching the stream, they said that there was actually a revive and defibrillators in the game. However, they will have to be charged each time before a use. Will it be kind of like Battlefield Bad Company 2's usage? That's something that remains unknown at the moment. Hopefully, it will not be as fast as it is in Battlefield 3, as it really is kind of ridiculous how many points a medic can rack up just by walking into a room that someone has, or a bunch of his friendlies has been killed by one grenade. Now, in terms of what class it will be on, that's something that we're not 100% sure on. I'm kind of assuming here that it either will be with the assault class or the support class, as the recon class now has C4 and as well as the motion balls, or a form of them, that was seen in Battlefield Bad Company 2 is returning in Battlefield 3 for the recons. The engineer class already has their RPG and repair tool, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense to put a defibrillator tool with the engineer class, so I'm kind of assuming it will be either assault or support that has the defibs under their class gadgets. One of the final details I want to cover in this video today is the player customization options here in Battlefield 4. They're going to be upped a lot from the ones we have in BF3 currently. Almost every single part of a player's kit can be customized, including the handgun. That is something that many people have been wanting to see, as they enjoy having many more customization options. Also, to go along with that, there's a new feature called Battle Packs, which appear to be a reward given to players, whether it be by leveling up a specific class to point or an overall rank that contains more, perhaps will be gadgets, bits of camo, or unlocks for a kind of particular kit, weapon, or the player's appearance overall. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Leave any thoughts about it you have below. Have a good day.